Don't get DL pissed at you. He went so hard on Monique on the 4-minute rant where he just went in on everything. I was like, oh. I was watching going, oh. I texted DL. I said, remind me not to get on your bad side. Because he went for the throat, brother. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about Monique and her husband when they talk to people, too. When they do these Instagram lives and everything, when she went off on Tiffany for saying, I'm glad I ain't got that husband of yours. And then Monique was like, if you had a husband like mine, maybe you wouldn't have that DUI. Maybe you wouldn't do this DUIs. And so I was like, oh, okay. That was a good comeback. I ain't going to lie. But Monique and them, they will sit there and her husband will say, we love you. This is all coming from love. We just want to have a conversation. That's all we want to do, have a conversation. They say that about Tyler. They say about Oprah, everything. But they will cut your legs out as they're saying they love you. Without question, they will bring up the darkest shit that you've said or they found out about and then say, but we still love you. They'll say shit nobody's known about. They'll be like, yeah, we know you had an abortion 2 days ago in Texas and it was illegal. And we know you should be in jail right now, but we love you. We will bail you out from jail because abortion is illegal in Texas. And you were on your second trimester. So, yeah. But we love you, sister, and we want to be here for you when you get out of jail because the cops are on their way right now to arrest you. But we will be there when you get out. And I hope when you're in prison, you start reading and coming to grips with who you are and ask Jesus for forgiveness. They will go for your fucking throat and then say they love you. I don't know if anybody else has picked up on it, but man, they will go for it. So with that, one thing I picked up on is when she said, and I didn't know this, and it, you know, I guess that says something about Monique, when she didn't deny it. When she said Kevin Hart loaned her money when she needed it, and she went on his podcast 2 years ago, and Kevin talked to her and said he wanted to do a TV show. They were trying to bring the Monique show back. They were going to do a TV show together, and Kev was like, I'm all in. I wanna do it with you. Yeah. And said like she was like an auntie, everybody's auntie and everything like that, and showed her love. And then I guess Monique called Endemol, was like, Kevin Hart's on board. He wants to do it. Let's rock. Let's do it. And then nothing happened. Dave Becky called. Kev's not doing it. Dave Becky's Kev's manager. And so this is where we can't get in this business and take everything personal. This is where I disagree with Monique. I think there's two things at play here. Kevin Hart, which I didn't know, helped you at your lowest. If you're to the point where you need money, you can't pay your bills, and you got to borrow it from somebody, that's a low place in somebody's life. And you're not 19 and 20 here. And I'm sure it wasn't $100. I'm sure it was a substantial amount of money. And Kev came through for you. I think that's the bigger thing, man. And Kev's done this for a lot of people. He, when I was going through my divorce, when it first got announced, Kev was one of the people that called me, said if I need legal advice, did I need any help financially, he could help me. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, dude, I got myself into this divorce. I wanted the divorce. I didn't want it to play out publicly, but I wanted it. And I'm a man up. I'll handle it. I'll get my own legal. I'll get my own legal team. I'll pay for my divorce. I wanted the marriage. I got to pay for the divorce. I'm not asking nobody else for help. I'll do with less. And I did. I lived in a studio apartment, and I lived at a friend's house for about a year and a half because I had so much going out with lawyer fees and temporary alimony at that time, and I didn't know what I was going to get hit with in this divorce. So I was like, let me just live below my means and just, save up my money because every time you go through divorce, you save up your money. All of a sudden, your lawyer calls, hey, it's time to get paid. You're like, God dang. So if anybody's going through divorce, try to work it out with the spouse where you don't got to get the lawyers involved because they're the one that gets a big chunk of money at the end of the day. And you hear about it, and I heard about it, and I wanted to not deal with the divorce, but my ex was fighting. So we had to get our lawyers like fighting and stuff. So, and I'm not mad about it. It's just part of being a divorce. But so when Kev loaned you money, that was the bigger thing. Like, he never blasted you for borrowing money. He never said you didn't have your shit together. He just gave it to you and kept his mouth shut, kept it moving, put you on his podcast, put you on a great platform. And I just think when you get on the phone with people and talk to people and they say they want to work with you, I always take it with a grain of salt until that contract's signed. I never get excited. You can ask my manager, Lisa. She'll call me and be like, oh, and she'll be like, oh, we got it. I'm like, hold on. Slow down. I've been to Heartbeat Studios, sat in a room with Kevin. Kevin called Will Packer on the phone, was talking about a TV show. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see what happens. Nothing came of it. So I never left there thinking Kev did me wrong, Will Packer did me wrong. I just left there going, hey, in the moment, they were excited. I was in the room, and that's what happens. And then for whatever reason, it just never came to fruition. I don't bring that up to Kevin. I don't bring it up to Will every time I see him. It was a moment in time. They said they want to do this show with me, and it just went away. They're busy. I'm busy. It didn't happen. Jamie Foxx said it best. Jamie Foxx, he did an interview, and they said, what do you regret the most in your life and just about this business in general? And Jamie said, I regret that I don't have enough time to do all the projects I want to do. And that's truth. And that's what happened here in the bigger scheme of things, is Kev just didn't have enough time. And when you got somebody on the phone, and I see how Monique talks to Shannon. I've seen her do interviews. She puts people on the spot. She tells Shannon, how would you feel if somebody did this to you? How would you feel if somebody did this to your daughter? How would you feel if somebody, who do you love most in this world, Shannon? Shannon would be like, my grandmother. How would you feel if somebody said this about your grandmother? How would you feel? She flips it and puts them on the spot. So it's very hard in that moment, to go against her. She has a powerful presence. And Shannon, one time she was like, how can you be cool with me and Steve Harvey? Talk to the camera. Tell Steve Harvey, come talk to me, or Tyler Perry. Like, she literally got Shannon to look in the camera and tell Tyler Perry to come on the show to defute or to talk to Monique. And Monique said, we'll come and talk with them. And I just think when somebody helps you like that at your lowest, just appreciate that. You don't have to go into the TV show and say Kev went against his word, and just you're just, at the end of the day, you're kind of shitting on him a little bit. You're just shitting on him. That's all you're doing. And so I was just like, I didn't like that. I didn't like what Monique did there. So it doesn't mean I don't like Monique. I just didn't like that. Just like I don't know her grievance with Tyler Perry. I don't know her grievance with Oprah. So was I out of line 6 years ago when I did that video? Yeah. I shouldn't have brought that up. I was wrong. But I'll stand on, you shouldn't have compared Will Packer to Harvey Weinstein. That wasn't cool. And I'll stand on, you shouldn't have got offended on DL's show. Like, we're comedians. That's what we do. We talk shit about everybody. That's what we do. Just turn and flip it. Make it a joke. And I don't think you were right in the Kev situation. I don't think you should have shit on him like that. And then to bring up Dave Becky, like, here, there's so many scenarios that could have happened here. Kev just could have got super busy, realized, oh, my God. The worst thing you can do in this business is say yes to too many people. And then you're like, oh, I don't have enough time in the day. I get this all the time on the road. People call, you want to come on a podcast? You want to do this radio interview? I do anything to get press, but I don't know if I have enough time. I don't know. I got to look at, like, I'm getting older now. I got to make sure I have time. My downtime is very precious to me. And, Kev's got a family. He's got a wife. He's still working out. He's still got 86 endorsements. Still hasn't sent me any liquor. Where's that at? You're not a man of your word, Kev. Where's the wine from your winery or the Gran Coriamo vodka? I haven't got that yet. Yeah, asshole. No, I'm not thinking like that. That's my dude, man. If we ever work together again, great. We've done 4 movies together. I love that dude. I've known him since 1998. He's a solid dude. So when people shit on solid people, I'm saying something about it. You were wrong in that. In my eyes, Monique. You were wrong to shit on Kevin after he helped you. He loaned you money and never told anybody. Never once said you ain't got your shit together. Nothing. He just helped you out of the goodness of his heart. And yeah, he might have went to your show, but a couple things might have happened there. Could have got too busy. Now, granted, he could have went back and told his people, look, I can't do this show. And your manager's job is to go make it right. I got it. Just get on with your career. I'll handle Monique and her husband. Or his management agency could have said, look, you can't do this. Contractually, you have all these other projects. You can't do this. Or you don't want to get into business with her. All that stuff could have been said. But at the end of the day, he said something. It didn't happen. Keep it moving.